Daniel Radcliffe has put a spell on fans without any magic involved. The Harry Potter star stripped down to his tighty-whities for the latest installment of his TVS comedy series, Miracle Workers. During the season 4 finale on August 28th, Daniel, who plays Sid on the show, preps for a post-apocalyptic battle between robots and villains in a wasteland, and leaves little to the imagination as he rips off his shirt and pants, revealing his ripped abs.
Okay, would you take my jacket? This could get messy.
Save me, Sid.
After going feral to cover for a friend, he jokes about how he looked in a later scene.
Where are we? What happened?
We're trapped in the junkyard. You went feral.
Did I look cool doing it?
Yeah, totally. You smeared feces all over yourself and screamed, "I'm the poo-poo king, give me all the poo-poo."
I don't want all the poo-poo. Just for the record.
Access Hollywood spoke to the 34-year-old and his co-star Geraldine Viswanathan in July, and they opened up about the latest season.
First of all, congrats. Miracle Workers is back. So exciting. Now, I have to start off by saying the series covers Heaven, the Dark Ages, Oregon Trail, and now End Times. Is there a time period either of you would like to explore in another season?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the one we were all like campaigning for after the third season, we were all quite enamored of doing something kind of set in the future in some way. If not like it's it is sci-fi, but like it's a particular very dystopian future. And other than that, yeah, I don't know. I feel like because if you go back into the past, it's hard. I feel like we mined the past for a lot of comedy out of the second and third seasons, and there's only so many times you can make a joke that is essentially the past was terrible. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know where else we would explore, but I'm very happy to be in the end times.
Yeah,
Totally. And Geraldine, can you tell us about Garcelle playing your mom? Are you a Housewives fan?
oh my gosh, I'm not, but like my best friends are, and they informed me how significant that was. And I definitely felt, meeting her, I was like, oh yeah, I feel the power. She was amazing.
I love it. Now, how fun is it for you both getting to work together, but playing totally different characters each season? I feel like it's really unique. Like, you don't see a lot of shows like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the joy of the show for me is getting to come back every year and see like what everyone does with their characters. And like we have such an amazing cast, and like I love working with them all so much that like getting to come back each time and see what insane thing the writers have like come up with for them this time that's like one of the joys of this show. And yeah, I think everyone this year really got like amazing stuff, particularly you Geraldine and John. I think it was like they were very, very different from anything that you have done in our show before, but also like, and yeah. John just different from anything that's ever been on film before.
And can you tell us a bit about the characters that you play this season?
Yes. So I play Freya, who is a warlord, but has sort of decided to settle down. And yeah, they've moved to the suburbs. They're thinking about starting a family. And yeah, that's kind of her story.
And then what about you, Danielle?
Yeah, I had to think really hard for a second of what my character's name was. Sorry, this is the first time I've done press in a little. I play Sid. And yeah, the whole like I play Sid in the first scene of the show. You see me and Geraldine's characters like meet, and she's a warlord and I'm a road warrior, and we meet and immediately engage in hand-to-hand combat, and then it devolves into like passionate kissing. Not to spoil the first scene, and then it's sort of like the whole series is kind of the whole series is like is sort of a metaphor for like settling down in your 30s and just doing what is it like to do that in a dystopian hellscape with a warlord and a road warrior.
Now I know, Daniel, I know Erin's in a couple episodes. Can you tell us a bit about who she's playing and what it was like working with her on this?
Erin plays Holly, Steve Buscemi's hologram wife, who he
Oh my
treats
God.
who he treats incredibly poorly, despite the fact that she is just the most doting and seemingly unflappably affectionate computer program, and then that storyline devolves as even she has enough of his the terrible treatment at a certain point in the series. But yeah, it was very, very fun to work with her and watch her play this particularly strange creation of the writers.
And I also have to ask, because the fans are showing you so much love. How are you liking fatherhood? Congrats on that. That's so exciting.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's crazy, and but we're really happy. Like it's we're tired and all the other things that people talk about. But it's also like truly the best. I've realized that it's the reason you hear a lot of parents, I think, complain about this period of time is because it is, it's so exhausting but all the things that are tough about it are really easy to describe, like tiredness or whatever it is. And the things that are amazing about it are like impossible to describe. Like I couldn't or put into words. Like it's and he's started smiling and yeah, so it's lovely.
That's so sweet. I was going to ask, are there any milestones that your little ones reach? I know you mentioned smiling. That's precious.
That's honestly like he can take forever to get to whatever he needs. The smiling and the laughing is that's all I need from him right now. It's great.
I love it. And I also have to ask another question because I know fans are dying to know. There's a new Harry Potter series in the works. Would you ever be interested in being a part of that, or have you talked about that at all?
I certainly haven't. I mean, I think it's very much like they're going for a new series, and there would be somebody else playing Harry. So I think it would be very weird for me to show up. I'm very, I'm very excited to see what other people do with it. And I think the thing, the comparison I've made is like to a story like Sherlock Holmes. It was always going to, I think the Potter series of books was always going to be bigger than like one interpretation or one franchise. So it'll be cool to like see the torch get passed on.
I love that. Now, jumping back to this series, I also wanted to ask you both. We're back with Steve Buscemi, obviously, an amazing actor. What was it like for both of you getting to work with him on this season again? I feel like he seems like such a fun person to work with.
He's the best. He's just an absolute angel of a man. We just love him.
Yeah, he really, yeah. I mean, it's sort of, he's proof that like you can be an actor for as long as he has and be completely like egoless and just never like, he's not someone who ever has to be like the center of attention in any way. He just, but he's also like really funny and great to work with. And yeah, it's been such a privilege to work with him on all 4 seasons of this show. I mean, he's truly, as Geraldine said, just like an angel of a human being and incredible actor and so funny in this series. He's playing I think the writers really learned that something is really funny to watch Steve do in season 3 is be like the worst person. So they've really just written a character for him this year that is so like underhand and terrible at so many points, and it's incredibly fun to watch Steve play that.
And last question, what were your first thoughts about John Bass playing your human dog Scraps? Was it hard for you to keep a straight face? I feel like I would have been like cracking up.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was really hard. And we really, at the beginning, we were like, is this going to work? Like, what is this? This could be really weird. But then it ended up being, I think, one of the funniest parts of the show. He was born to play a dog.
Oh my God.
He's incredible. He's far too good at it. And it would also like develop into like amazing conversations on set of, how would this person that has kind of accepted their life as human dog, how would they eat? Like, would they eat out of a dog bowl on the floor? Would they eat out of a dog bowl on the table? Like the levels of conversation that went into like finding the logic of that character was also really fun to be a part of.